Ravensberger, we need to chat. All right, guys, what's good? No, King Zeph here. No time to explain. Um, Very depressing Monday. Very depressing Monday in the evening at all. Of course, by the time you guys see this, it'll be Tuesday. So happy Tuesday to everybody who decides to watch this video and listen to me rant a little bit. But we need to have a little chat about the Ravensberger Disney Lorcana issue because yesterday was an absolute disaster, and I'm pretty positive that for those that are trying to play the game or get stuff or all that other or everything in between when it comes to obtaining cards for Lorcana, experience the same issue. So a little backtracking. So the second chapter or second set of Lorcana released this past Friday for all the LGSs. Unfortunately, as much as I like to do unboxings on the channel, would have loved to do an unboxing for you guys, I couldn't get a pre-order, and my store sold out by the time I was able to get to it. It was actually, I think, they opened it around, 1 o'clock, and they were sold out by 3. So usually what they sometimes like to do is they don't like to start selling the product until they have the event, but I guess they decided to sell from the moment they opened, and so they sold out. Fortunately, I had to work like every other responsible adult, so I couldn't get to the store before they opened and refused to take the day off because I need money. But so they sold out, not a big deal. They had opened up the pre-orders to the league players, and since I couldn't participate in league very much, I missed out on my opportunity to pre-order and all that other fun stuff. But the good news is that my store does sell at MSRP, so like everybody's able to get everything at a reasonable price. They limited everything to one per person, one per household. So it wasn't say that somebody's walked in and bought all the product like they do in a lot of other stores. Then my other neighboring store that I will go to usually as a backup store for my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, they got it in, and I could have gotten it, but I refused to get it because they were being outrageous with the pricing. They were trying to charge $280 for a booster box, $180 for the Disney 100 edition, and around $120 to $130. Can't remember the exact number for the Trove. And I said, no, I'm not paying that. I already had $300 put to the side, which would have bought me pretty much one of everything, both decks, the Trove, the gift set, and the booster box. And I refused to pay pretty much $300 for just the booster box. Wasn't going to happen. And at that point in time, I'm like, you guys, I like the store. I like the people that work there, and I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh there because Yu-Gi-Oh stuff is generally fairly priced. And a couple other card games, but I wasn't just going to get scalped just for the sake of that. So, another issue Ravensberger needs to really address more than anything else. But getting on the tangent, Ravensberger decided to do their pre-orders yesterday, which was Monday, on their website. So that way they could put the orders in and they would start shipping it out on December 1st, which is when it releases for everybody else. So your Target, your Walmart, maybe Best Buy. I don't even know if Best Buy is going to carry really it anymore because you can't even pre-order from their website any longer. And if you type in Lorcana, you only see accessories. I think they carry a couple packs in store, but they might carry some blisters. I don't know how they're going to handle it on Best Buy side. I've yet to see it in a Best Buy store. But December 1st, which is next Friday, so the Friday after Black Friday, it releases everywhere else. So they started their pre-orders for that. And, of course, they had a queue system. And that was an utter train wreck. Essentially, the queue started 8 o'clock Central, which I'm on Central Time, so it would have been, 9 o'clock Eastern, a bunch of other stuff. The wait queue opened then. Then at 9:30 Eastern or 10:30 Eastern, the actual queue opened so people can start getting product. And basically it was going to do that until it ran out. Unfortunately, by the time the queue started, they had issues. They had to shut the queue down. Well, actually, no, they delayed it. I take that back. We got there, and the queue was delayed, and I might have had the image I might have screenshotted that particular image, but it got delayed for an hour. So the actual basic queue didn't open up until around 10:05 for the real queue to open at 12:05. A lot of people were upset on social media talking about the delay and everything, which in my personal opinion, I'm okay with the delay. It wasn't a great delay, but realistically speaking, if people had their bots programmed to sit there and go off at a certain point in time, it really messed that up. So there's some stuff that goes on with that. So the delay really didn't bug me too much. So we get to 11:05 opening queue, 12:05 hits. The real queue opens up. And of course, my number at the time was around 39,000. So my thought process of I'm not getting product at all. It's not going to happen. But I stayed in the queue just to see what would happen because people fall off. People might have been looking for one particular thing, didn't get it and fall off. And then we all know how a lot of the stuff goes in some queues. Some things might have hit some bots and they might have filtered those out. So I just kind of sat back and waited. And eventually the queue went down. We were populated by multiple errors. So of course we went from this error that you see on the right, followed by that error, followed by that error, this error again, followed by this error, all the way up to the point where eventually the queue got completely shut down and they just postponed everything. They paused the queue for about, I would say, an hour. It was about an hour or so. Then by the time the queue reactivated, pretty much like 20 minutes later, they just killed the whole thing. Put out a statement basically saying that they were hit with a denial of service attack and messed things up. So they just terminated the entire queue system in its entirety as it was. So basically, those that were lucky enough that were early on ahead, they had earlier numbers that were able to get through the process and buy product, they were able to buy stuff, but everybody else was not. So they didn't sell out. They just killed the online sales in its entirety because of the overflow of traffic. And this is where we need to have our discussion, because a lot of the community, a lot of the people are pointing their blame and anger in a lot of places. And I get that. It makes sense. But at the same time, a lot of blame needs to go everywhere else. So first and foremost, they already were limiting product. So it's not like people could go in there, buy up everything that they wanted to buy and leave. You were only allowed to buy 2 booster boxes, one of the Trove, one of the gift sets. I think you're able to buy a couple play mats and then 2 of each of the decks. So kudos to them. But at the end of the day, a lot of this falls on Ravensberger. This was not new to them. This happened actually with the Chapter 1. It might have been worse with Chapter 1 to a degree. I can't remember how bad it was because by the time I looked into it, I had got product at pre-order in my LGS, so I really didn't focus so much on Ravensberger's side. I saw the backlash after the fact. But anything dealing with high demand on a website, if you can't handle the traffic, and it's not like they didn't know, because all you had to do was basically take the experience you had from the Chapter 1 release and either double it or far exceed that. You guys know what the demand is like because your distributors ran out of product for the LGSs. It's gone. It was all sold out and everything else in between. So you know how much people are starting after this game, whether because they actually want to play the game, whether it's for profitable reasons and all the other fun stuff. For whatever reason, they guys know how in demand this product is. So 2 things should have happened. 1, they should have severely increased production of Set 2 and also Set 1, because Set 1 still isn't available for the most part, and been widely prepared to have an issue on the website. If they weren't prepared for that, they should not have opened up online sales or online pre-orders at all. And that's just my argument to that. These companies know. They have an idea, they know what they kind of need, and they should have safeguards and be prepared for everything to happen. If they don't, they're foolish and they're ignorant and they really just don't care. That's just the pure fact. The company only cares about one thing and one thing only, making money. They care about the product selling. If they get a sellout request, they don't care who got the product. They don't care how it was gotten. As long as the check and the bank statement's clear and they get money in their account and the product is gone, that's all they really care about. So if they really want to say that they care about the players and their customers and want people to get things at a fair price, but understand and see what the climate is like, they need to actually take better safeguards and do other things into this, which now points me to the LGSs. I personally feel like one solution that I have for this, and I'm prepared for all the backlash and disagreements that everybody else is going to have, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's capitalism, all this stuff, or they need to make money. Nonsense. I don't care about any of that crap. I personally feel like if you are a certified LGS, so if you went through the LGS program through Ravensberger to sell Lorcana as an LGS and hold leagues, you should be mandated to sell the product to MSRP. Point blank and simple. As a person that's a part of the league and a part of that system, they already have access to the to Ravensberger's distributors at the lowest price. There's no reason why a store should be scalping the prices because of their demand. There's no reason for that. If you're a certified LGS from Ravensberger, you should be selling the price at which Ravensberger says you should be selling the price for. And if you don't, you should lose the right to that particular distributor as well as the right to hold leagues. Plain and simple. If you choose to sell Lorcana and aren't a certified LGS from Ravensberger, I give you the freedom to sell the product at whatever price you want, because more than likely you're buying it from whatever distributor wants to sell it for you too. That's fine. At that point in time, that's fair game and fair competition. And if people want to pay that high premium for that product, be my guest. But as an LGS from certified by Ravensberger, you should not be allowed to sell the product over the MSRP. And you should also probably have it mandated that you probably limit the product sales to one person per one box per household, or however way you want to limit that down to, in that sense, to ensure that as many people can play the game as humanly possible. That's my opinion when it comes to the LGSs. There have been numerous people that have been seen online cracking open packs, showing off everything. Oh, I got 2 cases worth of Lorcana. I got 8 booster boxes and 6 D100 containers and all that other stuff. And that's fine. As long as they probably got it from multiple stores, I'm cool with that. But the fact that it was like, oh, my LGS let me pre-order 3 cases. How does that help you? Does that really help the league? Because at that point in time, you know pretty much that that person is probably going to be trying to flip that product. Just you can sit there and have a court of public opinion, or you can do what some LGSs do and mandate that they at least open up the boxes, so that way they're not sealed any longer. So it either force you to open the packs or sell the packs individually. I digress. There's a whole lot of that other stuff going on online. But there are a lot of stores that were saying, oh, where people bought multiple cases of the product. And so when it comes down to what you're getting left, people that actually want to play the game, participate in league, and or for prize support purposes, can't get it. So I don't know. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want. It's fair. It's a free market out there, and that's what a lot of these stores are doing. But that's my personal take on the LGSs. When it comes to the customers, because we take blame in this as well, stop complaining about prices if you're going to pay the inflated prices. Just stop complaining about it. At the end of the day, a lot of everybody online in the community goes, oh, all the bots got it. Oh, we're going to be scalping. Some people are just losing hope, but just like, I'm just going to have to pay the high premium from scalpers to get this product. Stop. Don't even think about doing that. I get that you want it. And on top of that, it doesn't help that it's Christmas time. So finding product is already going to be a pain. If finding product was difficult before now, add the fact that it's Christmas time. It's going to be, and I warned you guys in the previous video, this was going to get worse before it gets better. Chapter 2 or set 2, however way you want to see it, was going to be worse because it is Christmas time. It releases everywhere else literally the week after Black Friday. Let that sink in. Everybody knows how much it is to get high demand product around Christmas. Add this to that list. The likelihood of us probably finding it in Target and Walmart is probably already going to be astronomically low as is. Hell, Target did a silent drop pre-order for the D100 collection on their website. And you got people online sitting there showing, oh, I bought 33 of them from Target because they put a 3 item limit on it. And they had bots. Because there's no way that I believe that somebody was awake at 3 a.m., casually goes to Target and says, hey, I can pre-order the Disney 100 bots. No, they had a bot prepared to purchase everything the second it became available. That's exactly how that happened. I refuse to believe that somebody was just casually up at 3 a.m., went to Target's website and said, oh, I can pre-order this product, and was able to get 33 of them at that. No, that was a bot, 100%. But for us purchasers, we hold the power when it comes to pricing and everything else in between. Let the scalper scalp. You're not going to be able to stop them. You can't stop if there's no legal or technological system to prevent bots from consuming all the product and buying product, or you're not going to actually vet your orders and see that, hey, this person in this household is getting 50 items when they should be getting 4. Let's cancel the order. If you're not going to do any of that stuff, then just let them scalp. Let them charge their cards and let them spend that money and let it just sit there and fester. Don't buy from them, because if you do buy from them, you're going to entice them to do it again and again and again and again, including the LGSs. If an LGS is selling a box for $280 and it just sits on the shelf indefinitely, at some point in time, they're going to have to lower that price because they're going to want to move it. Now, in the sense of an LGS, they might be enticed to do it longer because of the fact they're already buying it at market price. They're not paying $280 for that booster box. They're paying close to $80 per booster box. So no matter what, and this is where the argument comes in, is like, oh, this is a free market. All of the stores are making a profit on the product one way or another. It may not be a stupid high product. I believe it's a 60-40 split. So they make 40% profit on every item that they sell around that territory. But they're already making a profit selling it at the MSRP. Them doubling the price to make more profit on that, That's just them being greedy. I don't care if how their books and all that other stuff goes. I don't care what their finances look like. I don't care if they want to give their employees bonuses. That's great if they do that type of stuff, but you're charging your customers a premium just because you want to do stuff on the back end. And in the nature of competition, you're pushing people to look at Target and Walmart because they're selling it at MSRP or other LGSs that are selling it at MSRP. If I know that I can buy something at its actual price, why would I spend the premium on it somewhere else? This doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. If you know that this item costs $144 and you can go somewhere else and get it for $144, you may have to wait. And I get people just don't have patience. You may have to wait on it. But I'm not paying twice the amount of money on something that I should be paying something else for. That doesn't make any logical sense. And as long as you don't give them their business, that's how they'll fail. They'll lose business. They won't get the customers. They won't sell the product. So at some point in time, they're going to have to cave and lower their prices if they want to stay in business and if they want to make the money. Because like I said, at the end of the day, regardless of what price they sell it at, if they're selling it at the suggested MSRP, they're still making money. They're still making a profit. They aren't losing a lot of money on this. Now, later down the line, I know some stores are purchasing from scalpers because they needed price support or they want a product to sell. In that case, that's no man's land at that point in time. If they bought the product for $200 secondhand off somebody, then I get it. But at the same time, I don't know why they're doing it too. I get that they want to get a product to their customers. But as a business where I'm supposed to be maximizing my profits, I'm not going to purchase this at a jacked up price somewhere else when I'm already paying less than that to get it from my distributor. I don't know why they would do that. That's real desperation, and I don't know how that business model works, but that's just dumb to me. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all of this debacle and all these issues comes down strictly to Ravensberger. Ravensberger is not putting any mandates down for how the store should be selling the product, how they're operating. Hell, they barely do league properly because they weren't even planning to do a league in the first place. They really weren't. A lot of people are treating this game more competitively than they should be. And Ravensberger's intent was not to have that level of competition in the game. And they really need to support the LGSs a lot better, especially when it comes to getting product and ensuring that they have product. I get the game is in high demand. I understand that it's a lot more popular than people would thought it was, but also it's Disney, so I don't know why they didn't anticipate people would want to get this. I guess they knew to some degree. I just didn't think that the game would fly off that way. And another newsflash to everybody playing it, just because you can't get product doesn't mean the game is dying. I'm sorry. The game will be fine. We just have to hold off until we can actually get enough product to meet demand, which will probably be maybe around set 3. That's probably when things will get better. But on a side note, Ravensberger, you guys need to do a better job. You need to either lay the hammer down and make sure that these places are selling at MSRP, because you putting a tweet saying that our goal is to make sure that people can purchase a product at MSRP doesn't help. You guys can tweet, have the PO and the publicity and all this stuff, and put all the corporate jargon out there to say, hey guys, we feel bad. We're trying to get more product. We want you to be able to buy it at that price. You wanting us to purchase the product at MSRP is one thing. The store selling it to us at MSRP is another. And if you're not going to make rules and mandate that, or have contracts in place where people can lose their rights to be LGSs if they sell it over the MSRP, it does nothing for anybody. And then you can't purchase the product online because your online system sucks. The second it goes available online, you have to deal with bots. If you can't deal with the bots, then you shouldn't be selling it online. And then when you have a queue system for a pre-order day that has a denial of service attack that fails, you shouldn't be selling product online, period. If your servers can't handle the traffic, if it can't handle the hits and all other stuff, you should not be selling it online. You should wait until you have a system in place to properly be able to handle that and vet those orders properly to ensure that people can get the product at that price. And if you're not going to be able to do that, then you need to make sure that you have enough product to be going out to the big box stores, your Best Buys, your Targets, your Walmarts, your GameStops, and everything, so people can actually get product at the suggested price, or at least if it's going to be slightly over the suggested price, reasonable enough to where it's not matter. I know Myers and Walmart charge like $1 extra for the booster box and a Dex or whatever. No one's crying over an extra $1 or $2. People are crying because they're paying $50 for a starter deck that should be $70. They're paying $300 for a booster box that should be $144, and they're paying, I think the most I saw for the D100 box was $200 for the D100 Collector's Edition. That's a $50 MSRP. I don't get it. I really don't. And that box is actually, they said is limited. I don't know how limited it's going to be, but they did say it's limited. So that's maker's mark at that point. But if you want to get if you want to appease your customers, if you want people to be able to purchase the product and play the game with their families and everything, you guys as a company from the top down, because the fish rots from the head down. From the head down, you need to have better things in place to ensure that people like me and other people can buy product for everybody. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get product to open up on the channel as much as I would love to open up on the channel. Whenever I can get my hands on it is when you guys will see unboxing videos for that. I would love to do another giveaway for you guys because the first one went so well, to a degree, but at least I was able to get something to some people that haven't been able to purchase any other kind of product. I would love to be able to do that again. Of course, we'll need more subscribers and a bunch of other things to make that happen. But if I can't get product, we can't facilitate giveaways. So it really doesn't make too much of a difference. But that's my rant. That's my debacle. Point the blame in the right direction. Guys, hold out. I know you guys really want product. Don't buy from the scalpers. Don't buy from all these people that are hijacking. Don't let these LGSs rip you off. Just don't allow it. The best thing you can do, I would say, is just wait it out. Next best advice, I would say, for Target and Walmart, what was it, next Tuesday? What is it? I don't even remember what the date for that is. It will be Tuesday, November 28th. Start checking your Targets afternoon. I think the last time they dropped, some of the distributors and the vendors started putting the product out a little bit early because I know they're not going to put it out on that day unless their store is a little bit more managed. So start checking it out next Tuesday. Hope you guys can get stuff. Leave some for everybody else because you're going to be playing the war against everybody else trying to scalp it into and buy up all the product because it's Christmas season. They're going to be up on eBay, double, triple the price because Christmas time is the perfect time to scalp for high demand products. Hey, your kid wants this for Christmas. You're going to pay the premium. That's just how, unfortunately, trash our society is nowadays, but it is what it is. So in the meantime, if your LGS does sell at MSRP, treat them well, purchase from them, support them, do all that fun stuff. If you can't get it from an LGS, try to find it at a Target. I don't know how frequently it's going to be restocked because, to be honest, it should probably have at least a bi-weekly restock up until Christmas. It's not going to happen, but that's what should happen. Once again, Ravensberger, get your shit together. And we can just kind of cross our fingers and hope for the best. Maybe things will be a lot better by the time set 3 comes out in, was it February or March? Because it's 3 months. So December, January. So around February time is when the set 3 will drop. So maybe things will be a lot better. Product will be a lot more readily available. Ravensberger did say that they have their printings going off like they've increased production. I can believe them on that. In terms of what they define as increase of production is one thing, and prices are coming down on singles. I don't like telling people to purchase singles specifically, especially if you want to collect a lot of the cards. But realistically speaking, that's pretty much your only choice right now. And even those prices are going to be high for a little bit. So we're kind of just stuck with a very shitty and bad situation as people trying to play Lorcana, and we just have to deal with it, unfortunately. But like I said, Ravensberger, fix your stuff, do better amongst your customers. Have better statements, have better communication, have better systems. I will grant you the rope that at least you're saying that, hey, this is what happened. We apologize, but do better. You guys hold all the cards when it comes to getting product and everything else in between. Make better rules, make better standards. LGSs, stop being corporate greedy hacks. If you are, guys, don't support them. Simple as that. Don't buy from these clowns. Let their bank accounts hurt. Let their interest rates on their credit cards go up. Let them hurt and either force them to sell it at MSRP or do whatever they're going to do with it. Don't buy from these people. Don't give them your money because when you do, you're enticing them to do it again. And then when the next set comes out, it's going to just keep happening again and again and again and again and again. Stop doing that. You have the power. Speak with your wallet. Just simply don't buy it and just wait it out. Unfortunately, that's the best thing that you can do. So till next time, hopefully we'll have something soon. I don't know. I'm going to be trying to get something from Target, I guess, next week to see if I can get anything to open up on the channel and my own D100 collection and trove because I collect for myself and I want to get every single holographic card in my binder. I'm still working on that one, but it is what it is. If I can't get it, I don't mind waiting. I'll do what I do with Yu-Gi-Oh! And just purchase it after the fact later, but that's just my beef. That's my rant for you guys. Till next time, if I have any updates or I find any updates or see anything newsworthy, I'll come back and let you guys know and inform you. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Ravensberger do better. Peace. Till next time.